going on, ladies and gents? Robert Sykes, KetoSavage.com, and welcome to week 4 of the reverse diet, the ketogenic reverse diet. So I want to talk about, I got some updated posing footage for you this week, but I also want to talk about what my blood work has been up to. If you recall, I got my blood work drawn at the very beginning of my contest prep, and I honestly didn't think I was going to get my blood drawn at the end due to all this virus chaos, but I was able to get some blood markers done, so I got my testosterone back. I also got my cholesterol, my lipid panel back, so I'm going to go over that. But let's first dive into the posing footage. So here we go. All right, so I am actually 166 in these photos, which, believe it or not, is pretty much the same weight I was on show day. I don't look quite as sharp because I haven't been manipulating my electrolytes and my sodium quite as acutely, but for the most part, the fact that I'm a month post show day and waking up at the same weight of the day of the show is pretty freaking crazy. Still have all the feathering in my quads, as you can see there. Still have good vascularity and definition throughout my body. Lots of separation of my biceps and triceps still. As I've been able to say in this reverse diet series, there's a little bit of bloat in the midsection simply because I'm eating so much food. But to have these crazy high refeed days and still come in at the same body weight that I did on show day, I could not be more happy with that. Like, that is unheard of in the natural bodybuilding world. That is why ketogenic reverse dieting and ketogenic contest prep is the way to go. And that's why I'm such a diehard advocate for this lifestyle, because it's a much healthier and much more sustainable lifestyle. As you can see, everything is still popping. The vascularity is still there. The definition is still there. The striations are still there. This is why you want to go through a prep in a ketogenic adapted state. So I've halfway tempted to see if I can find a show and diet down for the show, but I've just got too much going on right now. I don't think I'm going to be able to make that happen. But I'm pleased with how things are looking from an off-season standpoint, reverse diet standpoint thus far. No doubt about it at all. So, like you can see in the posing footage there, this is why I want to just really, really stress the point of staying on top of your macros. Like, there's been some times throughout this reverse diet where I've wanted to just totally go off the rails and eat a bunch of food, and I've kind of done that on a few of my planned refeed days, but by having a structure, by having a plan, I've been able to keep things in check and just stay in pretty good condition throughout my reverse diet phase. So we're a month in, things are looking good. I'm excited to see what the next month brings and the month after that, but I feel pretty good from that standpoint thus far. Now, let's dive into the blood work. And for the blood work, before I get into that, I want to read this quick little blurb from PubMed, I believe this is, about a case study done on natural bodybuilding competition prep and recovery. This is a 12-month case study published in PubMed, and I know this is not an apples-to-apples comparison because, for one, this was done on a carbohydrate-dependent individual, not a ketogenic athlete. It was done on one individual, so it's like an N equals 1 against my N equals 1. The age is pretty much the same. So this individual was 26 to 27 years old, and they're drug-free. So natural athlete is drug-free, but there's not a whole lot more information than that. And again, I know it's just one individual to one individual. I wish I had tested my blood markers from a hormone standpoint before I ever got keto adapted, but alas, I did not know. So I'm going to read this quick little abstract for you here. All right, so abstract. Bodybuilding is a sport in which competitors are judged on a muscular appearance. This case study tracked a drug-free male bodybuilder aged 26 to 27 years for the 6 months before and after a competition. Purpose. The aim of this study was to provide the most comprehensive physiological profile bodybuilding competition preparation and recovery ever compiled. Methods: cardiovascular parameters, body composition, strength, aerobic capacity, critical power, mood state, resting, energy expenditure, and hormonal and other blood parameters were evaluated, and results. Heart rate decreased from 53 to 27 beats per minute during preparation and increased to 47 beats per minute within 1 month after competition. Bronchial blood pressure dropped from 132/69 to 104/56 during prep and returned to 116/64 at 6 months after competition. Now, this is where you need to pay attention. Percent body fat declined from 14.8% to 4.5% during prep. So pretty parallel with what I'm experiencing here. And then it returned to 14.6% during recovery. So again, I'm only 1 month in, but I measured my body fats this week, and I was still at 5%. So definitely not bouncing back crazy. Strength decreased during preparation and did not fully recover during 6 months of recovery. That is crazy. Like, I have seen a little bit of a lag effect in the fact that my calories have dropped so much for so long that the weight does feel a little bit heavier, but I do not expect or anticipate having a drop in strength overall during the entire 6 months off season, or reverse that rather. Now, as it pertains to the blood work, here we go. Testosterone declined from 9.22 to 2.27 ng mLs during prep and returned back to baseline level 9.91 ng ml after competition. Now, to make that conversion, you basically just multiply that by 100. So that's 922 total testosterone to 227 total testosterone during the course of the contest prep. And the mood disturbance increased from 6 to 43 units during prep and recovered to 4 units 6 months after competition. I'm not sure what they're using to evaluate the mood, but from 6 to 43 is a pretty significant jump in mood disturbance. So conclusions, this case study provides a thorough documentation of the physiological changes, yada, yada, yada. The main thing I want you to get there is body fat from 14.5 to 4.5 and testosterone from in the 900s to in the 200s from a natural athlete doing a competition prep at the same age that I am. Now, let's dive into my blood work here. Jump into my screen share, and then I'll show you what my blood markers have done from a lipid panel standpoint and also from a testosterone standpoint over the course of this prep. So I'm using Heads Up Health here to track all these metrics. Let's start with total cholesterol. Total cholesterol here, 1115. This was basically when I started prep, and then April 1st, this is basically the first opportunity I can get blood work done. So my total cholesterol, can't speak today, my total cholesterol jumped from 279 to 380. So pretty good jump there. My HDL cholesterol saw a significant bump from 86 to 138. So I'm happy with that. My LDL went from 177 to 192. Now keep in mind, this is after I started having the refeed. So I would have had a refeed meal, which is very high in fat, and that would definitely skew these AM lipid panel numbers. So keep that in mind. And then HDL percent is 36.32. My non-HDL cholesterol is 242, and my HDL ratio is 2.75. So for cholesterol, as it relates to a ketogenic diet, the main thing I'm looking for is my HDL high, my LDL relatively low, or in the context of low triglycerides, I should be good. So if you scroll down here, I didn't get any of these metrics, but if you scroll down, my trigs are 79. So this saw a little bit of a bump, but again, that was probably because of that massive ketogenic caloric fat refeed right here post-show. So I'm not really worried about that. But still, my trigs are under 100. I feel good about that. So I'm not really worried about my high total cholesterol. Now, let's scroll down and look at the hormones here. So estradiol went from, I got it tested way back in 9/13/2018, and it was at 20. Free testosterone did not get tested on this go-round. Prolactin is at 14.9. Sex hormone binding globulin went from 69 to 75, so a slight bump there. These are the main numbers I want to look at. So this is total testosterone serum here. At the beginning of my prep, I was at 718, which honestly, as a natural bodybuilder, I'm 28 right now, I feel like it's a pretty solid number. During the course of the prep, it dropped as my metabolism, as my calories dropped, and it dropped to 436. Now, that is a pretty significant drop, don't get me wrong, but that is nothing like the drop of 991 or 922 to 227. That is a colossal drop. I didn't experience near that drop. And again, I totally understand and recognize that this is not a perfect experiment. This is not apples to apples. This is a totally different individual than me. This is basically just 2 N = 1 experiments. But this is not uncommon. What we read in this abstract happens all the time in natural bodybuilding because they decrease their dietary fat so much that, like when you do bodybuilding, you don't have that much adipose tissue. You don't have that much body fat to be able to, pull nutrients from. So you're relying heavily on your dietary fat. And if you strip away all of your dietary fat because you're doing a traditional bro bodybuilding approach of really high protein, high carbs, and very low dietary fat, you're not having the precursor to testosterone in cholesterol coming in. You're not having any of those building blocks for a healthy hormonal panel to come in. So that's going to tank massively, massively. Their natural bodybuilding, like they have no libido, they have no sex drive, they have no, like all their hormones tank, both male and female. And my hormones definitely declined because you just have to expect that. Doing natural bodybuilding, over the course of several months of a caloric deficit, you're going to expect to see a drop in hormones. But I feel like my drop from 718 to 436 is much more modest than 922 to 222. So keep that in mind and recognize that all in all, generally speaking, I feel very confident in saying that natural bodybuilding, from a natural bodybuilding standpoint, going through a prep with a ketogenic diet in a keto-adapted state is significantly healthier on your hormones than a traditional bro bodybuilding approach of very little dietary fat. Again, I wish I had more data here to show you. I wish I had more numbers. I wish I had pulled my blood work from before I ever started keto to have some more N=1 information from my own personal experimentation to give you, but I don't. But this is what I got. So talk with any natural bodybuilder that I'll tell you that their hormones tank. And the best way, in my opinion, to mitigate that and minimize that is to do a ketogenic prep. So with that said, that's pretty much the main thing I want to talk about with this video. Let's dive into this week's refeeds. This week, as far as refeeds are concerned, I had refeed on Tuesday, kept it super clean. I did my normal prep meals, and I had a big steak. And then on Thursday, I had kind of like the free-for-all day. And then we got a little bit sloppier. I went out to Five Guys and ate a bunch of Five Guys burgers. But felt pretty good. My hunger throughout the week is definitely high. I really look forward to those refeed days, but I can tell, with my weekly calories increasing, my body fat staying pretty much the same at around 4.5 to 5.5. I feel pretty good. Like I said, things are going to start stabilizing after a few more weeks, I feel, but the fact that I'm staying as lean as I am, having these 6,000 plus calorie days has been pretty impressive and eye-opening to me. So, without further ado, sit back, relax, and enjoy the vlog footage, and I'll see you next week for week 5. Alright, y'all, you want to see my refeed for today, Tuesday? It was just a normal meal, but then I got this I was going to say badass, but I got this amazing ribeye in front of me. Check this thing out. Boom, look at that. Look at that. That is a thing of beauty right there. So yeah, I think that warrants wearing this shirt. Eat meat. Boom chakalaka. What's going on, y'all, and welcome to the vlog for week 4. We're on the sailboat right now. Just got done making a cup of coffee. Coffee in hand. I am doing some computer work from the sailboat on this beautiful morning. Got the birds chirping in the background. This is the way to start the day. Get ready. Ooh, look at that hot woman in the boat.
Oh, yeah.
How you doing, baby?
Cheers. I'm good.
This your kind of morning right here?
Yeah, this is actually a really perfect morning. I love it. It's a little bit crisp, but I got my blanket and my computer, and it's just a nice change of scenery, and sometimes you just need that.
You think we can do some creative business work on the boat in the future?
I think so.
All right, y'all. So, I've had a cup of coffee. We're making another cup of coffee. I've been working on clients, been doing some writing, doing some brainstorming. About to have a keto brick, peanut butter keto brick, to start the day's refeed for the food standpoint. So, you can't beat the taste of a good peanut butter brick in the morning. Alright, y'all. Headed to the vehicle, leaving the dock. Got a lot of work done. A lot of creative work, a lot of brainstorming work, a lot of client work, all that good stuff. Now, we're headed to Five Guys to get us a refeed meal. We hadn't had a Five Guys burger in quite some time, so we're excited. Alright, y'all, so we got our 6 bacon 6 double bacon cheeseburger lettuce wraps from Five Guys. Crystal's gonna eat 2. I'm gonna eat 4. We're just in the middle of this isn't a park. It's like we got construction going on over there. We drove around the neighborhood, didn't find a park, so we're like stopped at some family clinic, and we're sitting in their parking lot grass right now because they won't let us eat in the restaurants, obviously. So we got our double bacon cheese burgers, double patty burgers. Very good stuff, y'all. Very good stuff. All right, y'all. We just got done recording a Keto Savage Kitchen of a recipe Joe at Keto Culinary Stuff on Instagram sent us for the keto brick using the new toasted almond keto brick. This recipe will go live next week probably, but I'm fitting it into my refeed this week. Look at this beauty. It's a German chocolate cake using the toasted almond coconut. And let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. It is amazing. All right, y'all, just got done running, took a shower, I just fired up the Traeger, about to grill a backstrap from one of the deer I killed this past year. Check out this beauty. Ooh, honey hush. Honey, honey, hush. Slap your mama going on the grill right now. All right, moment of truth. Brandon's gonna try it. Here we go. Diving in. Ready. Ooh, y'all gonna be ready for this Keto Savage Kitchen. And the verdict is... Bum, bum, bum. Pretty good.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness. Pass the test?
Mm-hmm.
Pass the test.
Yeah, it tastes like the real deal.
The real deal?
Yeah, very moist.
How about some venison? You want to try some of that too?
Why not?
Okay. Alright, took them off the Traeger and I'm searing them in the cast iron. Alright, y'all, so this is the venison. Just came off the Traeger and then I seared it in the cast iron. And it's rested for about 3 minutes now. I'm going to cut into it and give it a try. We're doing like a medium rare here. That's what it's looking like. Alright, here we go. Moment of truth. Mm-hmm. Honey hush. It's good eating. You want to try it, Brandon?
Sure.
Dive in, man.
Just
grab that.
You
that
can
piece.
have the whole piece.
You can't have any, Jay.
You had dessert before.
I know. Pretty good.
That's really good. Oh yeah.
I love backstrap, man. And that concludes the vlog portion, y'all. Hope you have a good one, and I'll see you next time.